Welcome back, True Seeker. Not long back, when R. Kelly was getting prosecuted and sentenced to prison for something about his life that had come up many years ago when the internet was taking off, we were pointing out how there were rituals being done with him. And it wasn't an accident that he was sentenced to prison at age 54 on the anniversary of the Jesuit order being recognized by Rome. The number 54 is very important to the Jesuits. It's why their headquarters is at the address 54 House of the Gesù in Italy, right across the street from the Masonic headquarters for all of Italy. There's also a reason that John Carroll, here, I'm going to come back to this because, again, Diddy's 54 years old right now, and he has the same Georgetown prosecutor, meaning she's Jesuit educated, going after him as who went after R. Kelly when he was 54. But in light of this woman, this 54-year-old woman right here, her name is Elizabeth Geddes, and you can verify that her education is as follows: Georgetown University, Johns Hopkins, that was founded by a member of Skull and Bones, Daniel Coit Gilman, University of Notre Dame, Catholic school. Again, the Jesuits are Catholic, the military order of the Pope. The biggest private network of schools in the world, Jesuit. The biggest private network of hospitals in the world, Catholic, Jesuit. She's got all the fingerprints right here. Skull and Bones, modeled after the Templars, the Templar cross in the middle of the Jesuit logo. All these things are Catholic. But again, the point is you have this 54-year-old woman who went after R. Kelly at age 54, now going after Diddy at age 54. And we called this a long time ago. How it was going to be a rough year for Diddy at 54. And we compared it to R. Kelly. And now you literally have the same prosecutor from Georgetown. And again, I just want to show you this recent headline with Dr. Anthony Fauci when he joined Georgetown. June 26, 2023. This is the Georgetown memo. Dr. Anthony Fauci to join Georgetown faculty as distinguished university professor. After dedicating 54 years of his life to public service, Dr. Anthony Fauci has chosen Georgetown. Again, John Carroll established Georgetown when he was 54 years old. In Gematria, the simple practice of going numbers into words, John Carroll equals 54, so does Jesuit order. With the most simple cipher, the word sun equals 54, like the sun in the sky, S-U-N. 19 plus 21 plus 14 using the alphabetic order. Again, the headquarters at the address 54. They Live, a big Clue movie where the enemy of the world's cable 54. Remember, you guys, another thing that equals 54 is Sussex Records, and Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather, died 54 years after establishing Sussex Records, which again equals 54. And that was last year that he passed. And the picture had his arms around Jay-Z and Diddy. And we pointed out that day, we said, man, it's not a good sign for Diddy and maybe not Jay-Z either. They're both turning 54, and they both did turn 54 at the end of last year, a few months after Clarence Avant died. Again, go back and watch the older videos. You see, we've been talking about all these things since before it happened. This was the exact parallel we drew. The ritual at the 54, who's really running Sussex Records, why he's dead 54 years later, what 54 was to R. Kelly. But now it's just like, it's so in your face. You got the Georgetown prosecutor going after Diddy after getting R. Kelly. And again, it just shows you it's all ritual. And it shows you who really runs these record labels, this nation. It's what I've been pointing out the whole time. The whole time, you guys. Learn Gematria. Pay attention. You'll understand the rituals. Again, modern Freemasonry is a Jesuit creation. They etch Allah's number on Masonic temples. 54, special number. You know, Elvis recorded at Sun Record Studios. Did his first big concert in the year 1954. And then Golden Globes equals 54 in Gematria. We just saw this ritual a little more than a year ago. Golden Globes equals 54. The actor portraying Elvis won Best Actor. And then Elvis Presley's daughter dropped dead at age 54 a couple days later on the 54 date numerology. And a million other examples, you guys. You watch the first episode of The Wire, the HBO network. Home box office equals 54. It was founded by a Jesuit. But the first episode of The Wire in Baltimore starts on May 4th. Omar from The Wire, Michael K. Williams, the actor, died in a big 54 ritual. And on and on and on. It's the Jesuits, you guys. Georgetown's long history of 54. A Georgetown grad going after R. Kelly and Diddy at 54. Remember what Lincoln said? Lincoln said the Jesuits were the greatest purveyors of slavery in America, the most racist thing in the country. And now the Jesuits, they kind of wave reparations around to divide people even more, like the Jesuit governor Gavin Newsom. He started that whole reparations thing in California while he was 54 years old. He went to Santa Clara, another Jesuit school. Georgetown's the first in the nation. And Georgetown was established in 1789, the same year George Washington was inaugurated. And let's not forget RFK Jr., Georgetown prep grad. He had that big anti-lockdown gathering on Georgetown's birthday. And I said, isn't that funny? Bet they're using their surveillance technology to find out who all the dissidents are. I mean, it had the right spirit behind it, but I was like, this is a clear Jesuit ritual led by a Jesuit. And now we just saw what RFK Jr. did with his VP nominee. And if you missed that ritual, I'll cover it again, but I just covered that in the long stream the other night. So anyway, I really wanted to hammer home this point about 54, Diddy, R. Kelly. Again, go back and see the old work that still exists. I got a lot of written posts. Some of the videos have been taken down because of all the censorship. But man, I was just laying out all the Jesuit stuff they did to R. Kelly. And then the big climatic day. You know what? Bear with me for a minute. I'm just going to pull up the post from September 27th with R. Kelly. Let's just make the point again. Let's go back in time. It's funny how back in time is also back to the future, right? Because just the same patterns keep persisting by the same code. R. Kelly, September 27th. There was so much to it, you guys, but this was just a huge climax in it. He was found guilty. The day in history the Jesuits were recognized by Rome. That's the day leaving 95 days left in the year. Like the Jesuits' original mission was to counter the 95 Theses written by Martin Luther, not to be confused with Martin Luther King Jr., who was assassinated on the 95th day in 1968. But R. Kelly found guilty, 84-87, big Jesuit Catholic numbers. Talk about 172 more when I talk about the Baltimore Bridge next. Hold on. That was a short post. Here, that was a shorter post just showing the headline. This was the main post that day from September 27, 2021. So we're coming up on the 3rd anniversary, but making the big point about R. Kelly being 54. Jesuit Order 54. Son 54. Their motto in Merum Dei Gloriam 172. What they he was found guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking, also 172. But just Jesuit fingerprints everywhere. That mayor of Baltimore I could go so long on it, but the bridge collapse came exactly 172 weeks after he became the mayor, and there's a lot more to say about it. But yeah, this 54 pattern's really the one to rattle home, and They show a picture from September 20th, the 263rd day of the year 56 prime. We just talked about that huge with the bridge collapse, the pattern of 263.56. Owner of the Orioles just died right before the start of the season. His name equals 56. He died 263 days after his birthday. RFK Jr. just did a major 263.56 ritual with his VP nominee, also Jesuit educated. She went to Santa Clara like Gavin Newsom. But yeah, it's just... See, I mean, just talking about the same stuff over and over. I forgot about the 263 piece in R. Kelly. Bridge collapse, 79, like Society of Jesus, like R. Kelly, just the same patterns. Anthony Fauci, 56, like coronavirus, the pandemic declared on his 79th day, being 79 years old. Just same patterns used in different ways. The same numbers. When the numbers are associated, they bring them together in rituals. The Salvador Dali painting from 1979. Or no, 1945, excuse me. The Salvador Dali painting related to this bridge collapse in Baltimore is from 1945, 79 years before 2024. And bridge collapse has that Gematria 79 plus more. If you haven't seen my work on Baltimore, I'm just talking about things we just recently talked about in days. Francis Scott Key died in 1779. Big 79 on the bridge collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Bridge collapse also equals 128, like it was 128 days before Francis Scott Key's birthday, and so much more. Collapsed at 1:28 a.m. Again, the point is these are rituals, and there's an order that's doing it, and it's the Jesuit order who gave us the language and the calendar and has everything synced up. Again, they're worldwide like the Catholic Church, about the most powerful thing there is out there. So, yeah, anyway, I'm making this video longer than I meant to. We're going to do a bigger stream tonight. But thank you again to everyone who's like and the share. And please do help get out the word about this. Teach about the 54 thing. Diddy at 54, Kelly at 54, Georgetown's history of 54, the recent one with Anthony Fauci after hiring him after 54 years, John Carroll founding it at 54, how in Gematria, just one cipher, John Carroll, Jesuit order, 54. Getting their headquarters. Look up the House of the Gesu, spelled Gesu. You'll see it's at address 54 in Italy. Again, look up what I said last year about the ritual with Elvis Presley's daughter in the Golden Globes. I mean, that was just, it was sad too, because we even explained why she was going to be reported dead, no doubt, later in the day. Because at first it was just, the news broke that she was with the paramedics, and we just saw the ritual right away. We said, there was so much to it, you guys, but the 54 was just a huge piece. Hospitalized 2 days after the Golden Globes. And again, making the point that Golden Globes 54 forwards and backwards, like Jesuit order, like Sun. Again, Elvis's first concert in 1954. Recorded with Sun Record Studios. So much more to it as well. She was 54 years old when she died. She died on 56 date numerology. Home box office equals 54. HBO, the big way, is 56. And if you're new here, there's 4 base ciphers. Learn them. Alphabetic order, forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards with numerology. When Omar from The Wire died, it was a 54-56 ritual. You'll see how the numbers come together a lot once you learn the little code of ABC 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's a short video. I mean, if I was doing a long video, we could go on and on and on. I got a million examples of this 54 and 54, 56, and clearly Jesuit fingerprints all over it. It's massive. You know, Diddy and R. Kelly, it's just like, you know, their time of being famous and rich and wealthy and all the benefits from that, time's up. And now, you know, the weight of the world comes down on you. And also, again, just about how Lincoln talked about how this was a racist gang here, the biggest purveyors of slavery, who now love to use that in their political positions to tease about reparations. Again, you learn the numbers. You see why the reparations headlines come to the day they do. They're sick jokes. These people are just like putting a carrot out in front that you're never going to get, just messing with you. That's who this gang is. But anyway, I'm getting long in the tooth. I'm just going to leave it there, you guys. We'll do a longer stream later. Thank you again for the likes and the shares, and for talking to your friends and family about it. And yeah, that 54 piece. Write it all down if you need to, and then show it to them. All right. Until next time, Truth Seeker. And by the way, it means more sometimes to actually talk to somebody about something rather than show them a video. Some people, though, would rather watch a video than listen to you. You just got to know the type of person you're talking to. So it's good to try it both ways. All right. Until next time.